So the GET request indicates that you're trying to retrieve data from a specified resource. We're going to be testing it out with GitHub's root REST API with the URL api.github.com. It'll return a response, which is basically an object containing the results of your request. Let's take a look at that. After importing requests, let's save the URL we're going to go to as a variable. We're going to be going to this URL several times throughout the tutorial, so make it a little bit easier. To perform a request, let's try it out. It's simply requests.get, and then we'd put the URL, or whatever URL you have that you want to try out. Congratulations. You got a response with a status code of 200. The information that comes back from your GET request can be saved into a response. This response object, if we create a variable for it, we can do a variety of methods against it that allow us to inspect it and look at the contents. First off, we can just simply enter the name of the variable back in. We could see that it shows that same response and status code of 200. So let's talk about status codes a little bit. That's one of the first things that we can look up as methods. Status code coming back being 200. You've seen other status codes before. You might have seen one for, let's say, like a bad URL. Going to api.github.com. We'll put a little side note here that we're going somewhere invalid. So let's try our response this time. And we use the invalid one. So this time it shows a 404. So what is the status code 404? You've probably seen that before. It means that the resource is not found. So let's talk a little more about status codes just briefly.